So, hello,
Hi, ma'am.
congratulations,
Thank you, ma'am.
Sreekanth Reddy.
Yes, ma'am.
This is such a good and happy feeling to have you here. And first, we will talk about the Andhra food. I'm such a big fan of Andhra food. Hmm. So, tell me, like, what are your favorites?
Uh, I'm a very much non-vegetarian person, so I think the
Oh,
place that I come from, I think the staple thing that we have is the ragi balls, and with that we make a very spicy country chicken or some mutton, and also we make a special types of vadas as well. And with respect to sweets, ma'am, I think you should try putarekulu. If I'm supposed to get that one, I forgot, but that
yes, you did not bring my sweets.
I think that is something you should try. And even we have so many laddus, different kind of laddus.
But I am more a fan of pickles.
Oh yeah, pickles,
So the mango pickle and
mango
the chili
pickles,
pickle.
chili pickles. Even there's something called gongura pickle, which is like very tangy.
Yes. I
Yeah,
even had that
yeah.
gongura pickle. Yes.
So pickles are also very pretty famous in Andhra. There's also pickle based biryani we make. I think if you are
Yes, I've
into
had it. I've had
yeah,
it.
that is something you can try as well.
But I'm a pure vegetarian.
Oh,
So
I'm very sorry.
so I know the biryani, the veg biryani we eat. You people call it pulao.
We don't call veg biryani.
There is. I know. So whenever in Hyderabad, I go to my friend's place, and he orders veg biryani for us. He's always like, "Acha, आ गए पुलाव वाले." कहते प्लीज इसे बिरयानी मत बोला करो. So tell me more about you, like आपकी graduation
Yeah.
कहाँ से हुई and all this.
So I come from a very small village called Chennuru, which is in the Kadapa district of Andhra Pradesh. So major my schooling was happening in and around my own district. Then for the graduation, I went to IIT Indore and I've done my engineering in electricals and electronic engineering. And after that, I worked for 2 years in an MNC called Deloitte Consulting. And after that, I started preparing for UPSC Civil Services. And this was my third attempt and third interview. And this time, with God's grace, I've cleared the exam with All India rank 151. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. So how did you adjust in Indore? So the poha jalebi.
Yeah, it was a major cultural shock to me because till 12th I was just in my own state. I've never traveled anywhere, or even sometimes to Bangalore where we have similar culture and similar food. But in Indore, it's a very different food or even climate for that matter. You'll have very harsh summers, very harsh winters compared to the place that I come from. And largely our breakfast in South is more of a steamed or a fermented one. All of a sudden in Indore, people are having samosas, kachoris, or poha, which was not really our typical kind of a food. Yeah, it was a new experience, but we got addicted to the kind of food that they have been serving there. And I still remember we are like four very close group of friends. We were like, who will eat save with everything? And we ended up bringing so much save back to the home and put on every random thing and eating. So indoor food is something we just got addicted. There's so many good places for fast food. There's something called Chappan Dukan where you'll get so much of fast food.
And there is also this chapati, at night.
Yes. We used to go for that midnight.
Midnight snacks.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And Indore as a city is very great. We know it's the most cleanest city. And I think when we joined the IIT Indore, it was not the first time, it's somewhere in 50s, 60s. And we also got an opportunity to see that the transformation, what Indore has gone through, which was very special for us.
Yeah.
And we had very great time in Indore. Got an opportunity to visit all the places, like most of the religious places in and around Ujjain, Omkareshwar.
Yes, Ujjain is such
Yeah.
a beautiful place.
Yes.
I don't know if you have had that. There is a very tasty, क्या कहते हैं उसको, बर्फ से बनती है ना, चुस्की with lot of rabdi on it.
Yes.
I found it nowhere else. दिल्ली में मिलती है,
Yeah.
बट वहाँ पे वो चुस्की होती है, उसके ऊपर सिर्फ सिरप्स डाल देते हैं, वो रेड ग्रीन.
Yes.
But once I went to Ujjain, there was this special type of chusky where they even put rabdi on it, and it tasted so different. And I haven't had it anywhere else.
I had great time in Indore, man.
And then with your Deloitte exposure.
Yeah, so I've worked for 2 years and I felt so there was this thought of joining civil services long before, but I was also skeptical that maybe I should get little experience so that I'll also have little money for the preparation, because there's so much uncertainty in the preparation. You need some or the other kind of financial backing, and my parents were also, my father was ill, so he was not in a good enough situation to work. So I felt that maybe I should work for a couple of years, save some money, and then get into the preparation. And that's how I started my the UPSC preparation.
So first time you reached to till the interview.
Yes, ma'am.
What happened then?
In my very first attempt, I think that was the most hardworking attempt, because things were happening so quickly. Prelims is done, so much pending for mains. So I have done. It was the most stressful period of my life. I was happy that I've cleared mains, and I was also hopeful that, despite knowing that I've not put my 100% effort and there's so much thing pending, but I had that little hope that I'll see my name in the list. But unfortunately, I was not there. But I think in my first attempt, when I saw the result, it did not give. I didn't feel that bad. I felt bad for sure, but I did not felt that bad, because deep down I know that there's so much thing I have to do, because that was my very first attempt. Most of my mains preparation was after the prelims. So I was like, there's so much thing I have to work on, and it is also wrong to expect without really giving my 100%. So first attempt result was, it more of it boosted my confidence, telling that, oh, if I was able to reach to this level in the very first attempt, maybe I have fair chances at this exam.
It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I have fair chances in the exam, and that also gave so much confidence to the family as well. This is not something out of our reach, because often the place I come from, often people say your parents have not even done their schooling. There has to be limit to your expectations. Like, how can you see a different next generation from one generation? They've never been to school. The next generation aspiring to the IAS officer. So there was so much of comments.
You've already cleared, IIT and been there.
But people have their own apprehensions about greater aspirations. So there was these kind of questions, but my parents never worried about what people were talking. They had the utmost confidence in me, more than anybody else. Despite not knowing anything about this exam, they only know these people will become officers. They don't know how exam works, what is prelims, mains, interview. They don't know anything. But despite that, the only thing they know is, if this guy is given an opportunity, he'll put his 100%, be in the preparation, or once become an officer. So that was that confidence my parents had. So after first attempt result, I was like, okay, I got to know the process a little better, the exam. I felt I understood the exam a little bit, and I also felt there's so many things that I have to work on, and I've just started right after that, because I think I had just 5 days for the prelims after the first attempt final result. So I was like, okay, I have to like
get back.
Evening result, next day morning, I took some time to get back from the result. And the very next day morning, I started for prelims, because I don't have so much time. So that's how my first attempt.
And the second?
For the second, I've got to know where are the things that I have to work on. So I've put so much effort even in the second attempt, hoping that I'll work on the things that did not work for me in my first attempt. Then I've cleared the mains. I got to go till the interview. I think the second time is something I had so many hopes on the exam. That I just like broke out after the result, because I was expecting something and nothing happened. Started questioning everything. I think I've great set of friends and mentors who just called me after the result. I think one person I want to take the name is Faris sir. He was my personal guide in Bangalore, so he was helping me a lot, and I think he was the first person to call me after the second attempt result. I was not even a state to talk to them. I was just weeping a lot, and I called my parents to break the news. I still remember what my parents said. I was like, I don't think this is the thing for me. I just want to do. I don't want to do this. I don't think I told my mom that I'm the most unluckiest person. But my mom took some pause and she said, if you're unluckiest person, you will not even clear the prelims. You got an opportunity to go to interview back to back. Consider you as one of the most luckiest
Yes.
person, because a lot of people putting same hard work or
Sorry.
more hard work than you, and they're not even getting an opportunity to write a mains. So my mom changed the perspective
Comforted
little
you,
bit.
yes.
She's like, if you're going there, you're so near. You don't need to feel that you're not meant to be
Yes.
to the service or.
Actually, she put the reason back to you.
Yeah, she put the reason back and she just changed the perspective.
Yeah.
You're not unlucky, you're the most lucky, because
Hmm.
going there, only if you get an opportunity to get into the UPSC building and talk to the members. So I think and fortunately for the second time, I got 2 months time for the prelims. It was kind of a heartbreak to get back to the preparation, but yeah, for me it's like anything happens, good or bad, 1-2 days and third day is a normal day. So that is one good
So you have a
aspect
good
of me.
resilience.
Yeah, that's just one good
Hmm.
aspect of me. I'll sleep over it, I'll cry for 2 days, I do whatever I want to do, and from third day I again started for my prelims preparation. Uh, and this time I did it with more force. I've cleared forest as well. I was supposed to give forest interview. The very next day after the result is my forest interview. I was in the Delhi, so I skipped my forest interview this time as I was getting my desired service in the.
So you don't need it
Yeah.
anymore.
So finally, the saga was ended in my third attempt.
So this time your interview marks are very good.
Yes, ma'am. One of the reason why I did not make into the list in my first two attempts was low interview marks. I got 153 and 165, which are not considered good score in the interview.
Hmm.
But
Not according to your personality.
but this attempt I got 204, which is a very good score, and which also pushed my rank. And I think I'll be getting desired service because of my interview score. So I think that is one major change that happened.
What you did right?
Uh, with respect to interview, ma'am, I was always holding myself. I was worried about, oh, can I say this? Can I not say this? What should be the level of formality in the conversation? I was just holding back myself. Or whenever there's a question they posed at me where I need to put an opinion, and I'm just worried about that might lead to controversial questions. So I used to refrain myself telling, sorry, sir, I don't know. So there's so much holding back myself that I've done in my first two interviews. And this third interview is something I was just so free. I was so witty, which I was in general a witty person in any kind of conversation. I did not show that wittiness in my first two interviews, and I was also a bit nervous. And this time it's like I was very carefree. And right after the interview, I just called my mentor, my friends, and I told them this time interview went very well. So I think that is one change with respect to my approach to the interview. Other than that, the knowledge or any other thing is just the same. I think just my approach to the interview.
Yes, it's more about the attitude and
Yes.
personality.
I think that is one major change in my third interview, ma'am.
Great. So it has been your journey of around 3 to 4 years.
Yes, ma'am.
So how have you been supporting yourself?
Ma'am, in the beginning, whatever little savings I had, I've used it for paying the fees and all these things. And after the 2 years of my work experience, my sister started working. So my sister became a source of income for the family and for me as well. And largely my cousin brother Mohan, he has been such a great pillar of support in the preparation. So my sister, my brothers, so all these people started supporting me because my parents were not working because of so many reasons, and they has been the major supporters both financially and morally. And I think they need to get all the credit whatever I have achieved, because in the list we just see the individual name, but there's so many people in the back, my teachers, mentors, friends, family members who has put so much of trust in me, and they just supported back to back. I was not in the list. They never questioned me.
Yes.
Even though when I was questioning myself, those are the people, they said, don't even think about anything, you just go and give.
This is such a beautiful thing. Having your brothers and sisters supporting you, this is a kind of a sibling bond. that is most missing nowadays.
Yes, ma'am.
A younger sister supporting the elder brother. This is such a beautiful thing. It breaks a lot of stereotypes also.
I think it all boils down to what kind of trust they hold on us. I think with my case, my siblings or my parents or anybody, they're pretty sure that if you're supporting this person, he'll give his 100%. Whether I clear the
Yes.
exam, I don't clear the exam, that is something, there's so many factors that come into the picture. But these people are very sure that
You know,
if I want
he'll
to,
do it.
yeah, if I, as I have taken this path, then they were pretty sure that this person will give his 100%.
And you're good too. So when I took your interview, I remember that you knew answers to so many things already. Well, it was not like when we interview some candidates, many of them are tentative in their nature. You were not so.
Yes, ma'am. I think that is one change that I've brought in. I did not even think twice if I have an opinion on something, if it's coming into the framework of constitutional values law, I did not really hesitate to put my opinion,
Yes.
even whether it's going with the majority or not. I was okay to do that,
And
and
it's very important for a civil servant to speak up.
I think this is one change I have brought in. That is one major aspect, I would say, which has
Yes.
boosted my score this time.
Because the courage of speaking is one of the very important aspects of being a civil servant.
Correct.
Because you will be required to sometimes talk things which may not be very palatable.
Yes. Or maybe you have to take up the view of minority sometimes if you believe that is right.
Yes, yes.
So I think that is something I would say that is one major change in the personality.
So what were the
this time.
questions which were asked to you in interview?
Yeah. So I got Suman Sharma ma'am's spot. So ma'am started with electrical engineering questions, as I have done my graduation in electrical engineering. So the questions went on the farmers' protest linking with respect to electrical engineering, and the Russia-Ukraine war. She asked about the private military group, what they have. Then we had a discussion about the ethicality of whether we should have a private military group or not. Then the second member also started asking electrical questions like power losses, what kind of power losses we have in the transmission lines, how you calculate that, how can we reduce that, and why we only use 220 volts in India where we use different voltage across the country. Then he got into the newest technology. He asked about how AI and quantum computing can help in public policy, or what things that you want to do using that in this thing. And the third person mostly asked about the IR related questions. The BIMSTEC summit was about to happen in the next couple of weeks, so the question on that. And he asked about the Bangladesh crisis. And I still remember he asked about what do you think of Yunus? And I said, sir, I think he's suffering from dementia. And everybody laughed at that point.
That's witty.
Then they were asked, like, why do you think so? Then I've talked about people can't forget the history, what happened to the Bangladesh in the 1971 war, and what was the role of India. And now people are going against India and going becoming close to the Pakistan.
And China.
And that is what I was trying to. They just forgot their history, so maybe he's also suffering from that memory loss.
That was a good answer.
So there were so many these kind of witty and a lot of laughs in the interview. I think that is also one change that I've brought in this interview.
Because 204 is a very good score.
And I think one more interesting question I faced is somebody asked, oh, you've done sociology as your optional. Do you think are you feminine or masculine? That was one of the question. And I've said that femininity and masculinity are socially constructed concept. As an individual, I have both. If I feel something is wrong, I'll have my authoritative voice, which is considered as masculine. And if I'm feeling bad, I'll cry it out, which is considered as a feminine this thing. And the next question he asked me was, so then tell me, what is the most masculine quality of you? I took a pause and I said, not really fearing to show my feminine side to the society is the most masculine character. And I think that's when there was like a 3-second pause from every member.
Yes.
I think all these small questions where
This is such a beautiful answer.
all these things worked out for me, this thing. Otherwise, maybe in previous interviews, if somebody asked, are you feminine, masculine? I would have said masculine. Going by the gender or something, or what is the most masculine character,
So
I would have said
having
something.
that free flow of your conversation, I think that's the essence of being into in an interview, because nobody wants to see a ready-made answer. Nobody wants to see an artificial person. If you are in an interview, and interviewer wants to know who you really are.
So the conversation was so lively, just like talking to the friend. But I knew that I should not cross that informal, there's that thin line, I should not cross it. But still, they were okay with all the witty answers. There was like so much fun about the Donald Trump's withdrawal from Paris Agreement. So the interview was like more than 30 minutes, I guess. We just laughed for at least 5 minutes. We were just laughing in the room. So beautiful. I think that is one major change, that being little witty, being open to put forward my opinion, not really worried about whether this person or pro this opinion, anti this opinion. These were the thoughts I had before. All these inhibitions of what if this person goes against this thing. Now I was like, this is something I have to put forward. They might go agree with the view or may not agree. But this is something I strongly believe in and have to put forward.
Most people out there are rational people. Even if you disagree, but you are reasonable in your disagreement, they'll accept it.
Yes.
I know. So there is this saying that even if I don't like your opinion, but I will defend your right to put your opinion. So that is very important thing.
I think that's when I felt that right after the interview, it went so well. So I just called my teachers, everybody. I was like, this time interview went very well. The least is seeing the name in the list.
Yes.
But I by God's grace, I got a good enough rank that I don't need to write the exam again. That was a major relief.
It is so happy moment.
Yes.
And very, very congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And I hope that you will be a very good officer.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'll try to upheld that as much as possible. And all of you have the right to question me if I'm doing something wrong.
No. I'm pretty sure. The kind of person you are, and the kind of you can get to know a lot about a person just by the conversation, just by the authenticity they have in their eyes and body language. So I think you will be a very good officer.
Thank you
and
so
I
much,
wish you a very, very successful career.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
But all of this, still I don't forget that you haven't brought
I have to bring the sweets. I know.
You
right after the mock interview, I remember that.
No problem. So whenever I'll be coming to Andhra, so you'll have to give me a treat then.
Sure, ma'am. All the veg food is ready for you.
Thank you so much,
ma'am. Thank you so much.